Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. This is how allegedly Big Meech got out of jail with this setup. I'm going to play this out. Good tape. Check it out. We're going to play this out. We're going to see what really went on. And if Meech really did this or not, we're going to break this down. All right?
While all this was going down, Big Meech was cooking up his own play from behind bars. And trust, this one was bold.
All right. You know what it is, Unique Mecca Audio, man. We're going to get into this. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel. We're going to break this down. This is how they said Meech allegedly did this third-party corporation. We're going to try and get some understanding of this.
Inside the pen, Meech crossed paths with a cartel player named Fidel Suarez. This dude wasn't just some corner hustler. He ran a whole trucking company out in California and had already caught the feds' attention more than once. They investigated and arrested him twice, first in 2005 and then again in 2009, for suspected substance trafficking, but both times they couldn't make the charges stick.
All right, see, so this is where it worked, right? Because I met a dude, right, because we ride. I met a dude back in the day from Martinsville, Virginia, that I told you about. He had a group of girls he called the Dark Angels. What he do is he'd go out and he have them contact different district attorneys on the federal level and ask them who's the biggest kingpin that they're trying to get, let them know they could get them set up for a case where they credit that time over to their man that was locked up from West Virginia. So they started doing this, got his time all the way cut down, so then they started trying to sell the time. They went to Richard Pina from Louisiana, right? Me and Richard Pina was there. This dude tried to mention it. Richard Pina told him, man, if you don't get away from my cell with that bull crap, because this dude was just yelling through the bars, trying to just get anybody to bite. And at the time, Richard Pina was in the hole for about maybe a year, 18 months when this dude came in. So he figuring that Richard Pina, weak now or something, But Rich stood up as a man and told him, man, you better get away from me with that and stop yelling that crazy shit down the tier. But that's where that first happened from. So now this is where Tammy, allegedly told her handler, look, I'll get this dude Suarez for you if you credit Big Meech for this. Now the key is, did Meech know that she was doing this or did he not? That's what it is. But now we need court documents to find this out. And they're all out there. Because right now, Tammy is scorned because Meech went home to his baby mama. So that's what it is. So we ain't going to get it. Let's finish playing this. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Meech had a plan, a wild one, to use Suarez's pipeline to keep product moving, even though he was stuck behind bars.
So Meech started out working with Suarez legitimately at the beginning, is what I'm hearing. Y'all put in the comments.
He figured if he could still move weight from his cell, he could keep the money flowing, no matter how long his sentence was. But there was one problem. Meech was locked up tight, so he needed someone on the outside to make the plays. That's where Tammy slid right into the picture.
Now, did Meech know at this time when he first hit up Tammy that she was no good? Y'all put it in the comments. Or did Meech find out that she was no good after she made a couple of runs? And if he found out after she made a couple of runs, he should have stopped dealing with her then and shouldn't have went as far as his son going to 50 to go to acting school, to doing the BMF movie, to all of this. He should have been cut ties with her. Because, see, the hustle gods don't like crap. The hustle gods get you back, right? All that you did, right, allegedly do. All that they say Meech allegedly done, you know what I mean? All the money that he made, by him not cutting off Tammy, the hustle gods paid him back. That's what y'all regular folks call karma. We call it the hustle gods. You know what I mean? Just like you go, okay, see, perfect example. right? Because we riding. Perfect example so you could understand this. Meech allegedly was having Tammy believe he was coming home to her. So while he have Tammy believing he coming home to her, he's selling her that dream. But then now when he come home, he don't go to her. When you sell a female a dream from in the prison and you don't come home and go with them, then the hustle gods will get you. And that's what Meech got right now. All that money they made, son done blew. They ain't got a dime. He got to go run up to Rick Ross. You know what I mean? And now he ain't got to connect to go back to Rick Ross. Washed his hands with him. Now he's going to Floyd Mayweather. You know? And Floyd got the bag. He might do it. But either way, Meech is going to bounce back, man. And I say it again because 90% of the people that's watching this will tell. Not would tell, will tell. And that's a good thing. Stay out the street so you could work with the people that you pay your taxes to serve and protect you. And that you voted in office. That's what a society is. But don't go on the street saying you want to sell drugs, be a kingpin, do this, do that, set up people, and then try and claim that now all of a sudden you this good person. It don't work that way. All right?
According to the paperwork, in September 2011, Meech hit up Tammy, identified as CS1, and asked her to help coordinate the delivery of a load that would be handled by Suarez. At that point, Suarez and Tammy were already talking directly. The docs say Suarez first reached out to Tammy just to check in and ask how Meech was holding up. But that friendly call kicked off something way bigger. With Tammy now plugged in, Meech made her the middlewoman to connect Suarez with his longtime homie, Dion Cuffy Gatling.
Tell me this ain't a movie. I can't wait to see how 50 write this in the movie. I really can't wait to see how he write this out in that final episode.
A heavyweight in the game himself, Cuffy wasn't small time either. Court records show he ran the whole Gatling trafficking organization, a crew responsible for flooding the streets of St. Louis with product from 2009 all the way to 2014. Together, Meech, Suarez, and Cuffy were lining up to move serious weight across state lines. Only thing? They had a snake in the garden, and her name was Tammy. She was secretly feeding everything back to the feds the whole time. And thanks to her reports, law enforcement had enough dirt to grab Cuffy on March 13th, 2014. When it was all said and done, Cuffy got slapped with 27 years for drug trafficking and using weapons in a deal that led to someone losing their life. But here's the craziest part. Meech never caught a single charge for setting up the whole operation. And that's got everybody asking the same question. How did Meech dodge an indictment when his hands were all over the deal?
Yeah, that's a good question. I can't wait to sit down with Vlad or whoever and answer these questions, because that's a daggone good question.
It's crystal clear the feds knew exactly what was going down, but here's the twist. Tammy straight up lied to protect Meech when they pressed her in court. According to official documents, during a hearing, Tammy was directly asked about paragraph 8 in the reports, where it said, CS1 told investigators that Demetrius Flanori coordinated substance distribution arrangements between Suarez and Gatling. When they hit her with that question, Tammy didn't even blink. She said no, and she didn't stop there. When they doubled back and asked if Meech had anything to do with setting up those multi-kilo cocaine deliveries from Suarez to Gatling through her, she denied that too. She covered for Meech all the way, no hesitation.
So now, if she covered for Meech in the documents, we're supposed to believe that now that she's scorned, that he came home and went with his baby mother, that she's telling the truth if she come out and say he was down with it. You see, that's why I can't call him a snitch. I got to weigh it all out, man. I got to weigh it all out. Because you got to ask yourself, who's the messenger? And then you got to ask, what's the message's motive? And right now, the message is Tammy Cowin, and what's her motive? Her motive is right there in our face. Can be, maybe, allegedly. That because he sold her a dream, he was coming home to her and got with his baby mother. This is her get back. And me as a stand-up man is supposed to go on a scorned, not just a woman, but an informant, a scorned informant and a scorned woman's words. And you want me to yell and say that Meech is hot? Then I got people even coming in here saying, I said it, you said he was hot. You said he was hot. You fake news because you said he was hot, dog. I say what I say and I mean what I say, and you could rewind what I say. I even played the video from when I said that, you know, it was a funny story that I found on the joint. Let me see if I can get it real quick, because that one was like crazy. Nah, it ain't there. I thought I had it there. I was going to pull the video. I could pull it up this way anyway. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that anyway, right here. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? I'm going to pull it up, because this is how fly my joint is. You know what I mean? I got this thing right. You know?
Want to one-up me? Now the real Big Meech is home.
This how we started the video, right? And people try to say,
he gets into speaking about the situation, then Lil Meech gets into speaking about
right here,
breaking news.
So you understand, right here I let it be known that this is a funny story that I found that said that Meech fled the country. I said at the very beginning of the video, this is the beginning of the video, people had the nerve to say it was clickbait. I was a clickbait when I told you that it was a funny story and I'm gonna react to it, period. I never said it was a true story. I said it was a funny story. Here it is right here what I said in that same video. And I thank y'all for the comments because y'all was respectable and I respect that.
Breaking news, breaking news. Big Meech flees the country with all BMF money. 50 Cent crashes out. This is what I find on one of the YouTube joints, so I'm going to do a reaction to it.
And that's it. So how could you not know that that's the reaction to a crazy-ass story? I made sure I put my disclaimer at the beginning. Maybe I need to do the YouTube type disclaimer because y'all only know how to respect what the Europeans put in front of you. But let me get back to
Wack
where I was at over
he
here,
gets
man.
into speaking
You
about
know?
the situation.
We're going to get back to 100. Let's get back to this, man. Finish this up here.
But after that stunt, the feds put a giant red flag on her name. They realized they couldn't trust her anymore. But wait, it gets even messier. Turns out, Tammy wasn't just tangled up in the case. She was getting cozy with one of the DEA agents working the whole investigation. That's right. She was sleeping with someone on the inside.
You know, check, right? You know, I got to come up here, man. I got to come up here. You know, hold up, man. Hold up. Hold up. I got my thing on there. Let's get this right. Yeah, hold up. My bag, y'all. My bag. I reached over and got something. Yo, check, right? Hold up, man. We play this joint, man. I was going to go somewhere.
And that little fling ended up compromising.
Oh, that's where I was going, Rob. You see the way she went and slept with the dude. Once she slept with the dude, that ended the case. Once Tammy got in a extra relationship with the handler, that ended the case. So right there, we don't know if Meech really knew the whole time and was expecting to get this time cut. Because that was around the time when they was putting up that Big Meech Get Ready Come Home, around when Obama and all that was in doing his little thing, right? And they put that up. So you think maybe that's why they put it up, because they expected to win that, but when she went and opened her legs allegedly to this officer and let him bone her back out in order to get time off for allegedly Demetrius Flannery. But that's why no time cut went down at that time, because all the fruits of that labor was what they call forbidden fruit. So they couldn't use nothing they got from all them wiretaps and everything else, because that agent screwed up when he put his little tallywhacker in a bushwhack. You know?
Compromising the entire case. Tammy was deep in dangerous territory, playing every angle like a chess master. But eventually, the whole thing started crashing down on her head. By March 2015, everything flipped when Tammy came across a suppression motion filed by Gatling's legal team. That motion was a serious problem because it could expose her identity as the confidential source. The moment Tammy realized her name might get out there, panic hit her hard. And with good reason. Gatling wasn't just any dealer. He had a reputation. Official records show Gatling was convicted for ordering the hit on a man named Theus Howard back in 2010, all because Howard dared to snitch on Gatling's brother and his trafficking business. And if that wasn't enough, Gatling's name was tied to another hit in 2013, this time on a man named Terrence Morgan. Why? Because Gatling found out Morgan was about to start talking to the feds about his drug empire. So Gatling made sure Morgan didn't live long enough to say a word. With all that blood on his hands, if Gatling found out Tammy was the one feeding info to the feds, it would have been lights out for her. No question. Terrified, Tammy ran to the feds for protection, but they straight up ignored her. So, with nowhere else to turn, Tammy made one last desperate move. She went to see Big Meech himself. But after all those years of loyalty, the man Tammy had been riding for, Big Meech himself, wasn't exactly ready to return the favor. When she went to him, scared for her life and looking for help, all Meech told her was that he didn't want his name tangled up in any of it. Straight like that. Meech wasn't trying to get his hands dirty or catch heat from Gatling, and he definitely didn't want his name popping up in court papers tied to the whole mess.
Now, if that happened like that, right, I got to give y'all both sides. I ain't going to say that we don't do no bashing here, right? And we don't do no assuming. If that happened and Meech said that, y'all, like, you know, she come see him here in jail and she confessed to him what she been doing, right? And he say to her, y'all, I don't want my name tied up in none of this mess. Like, you know, that's equivalent to saying, man, get up out of here. You know what I mean? You violated. If that's the way that played out, you know what I mean? That's good. But now, if she came and told him that and he said, man, you know, why you mention my name? Or how you you slip up to let it go there? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, but you know I didn't want my name caught up in none of this. You know I don't want my name caught up in none of this. You told me you could do it without getting my name caught up in this. Or maybe it was she coming to him, telling him that I've been doing this and I screwed up. But what should we do now? And Meech is like, we do nothing. I don't want my name caught up in none of this. Back up off me with that. Because he in jail. What he going to do? Can't hit her. Can't all these. Yo, let's keep it moving. See, that's how gangster we keep it over here. That's why you come to Unique Mac Audio, man.
After that cold meeting, Tammy flipped the script completely.
See, they said cold meeting, meaning he was cold with it. Said, yo, hold up. Don't get my, whoa. Leave my name out of that. Like, get up out of here. And he can't say nothing else to her. Okay, anything he says, she'll government informant, she'll run back to him. If that was the case. But we don't know. I'm just giving y'all both sides of the spectrum.
She went into full cleanup mode, doing everything possible to erase Meech's name from the case entirely. She even dragged the DEA agent she'd been messing with into the chaos, accusing him of being jealous of her bond with Meech. Court records show Tammy, aka CS1, even threatened to blast out an unsworn affidavit to every single person involved in the case, from the lawyers to the judge. And in that affidavit, she went off, specifically calling out the statements in the wiretap affidavit that claimed Meech set up the whole deal between Gatling and Suarez. Tammy said flat out that Agent Chroma, the same agent she was sleeping with, only threw Meech's name in the mix because he was salty about how close she was to Meech. But even with all her wild moves, none of it really saved Tammy in the end. Once Cuffy got locked up, it didn't take him long to figure out exactly who snitched on him. And when he did, it was game over. Cuffy filed for a Frank's hearing, which gave him the legal right to put his accusers on the stand. That meant everybody, from the government agents to the informants, had to face him directly. And yeah, that definitely included Tammy. Fast forward to 2024. Bleu Davinci sat down for yet another interview with Capone, but this time, he had backup. Cuffy himself called in from prison, ready to air it all out. And Cuffy didn't hold nothing back. He said the real reason Meech never got hit with charges was because he played the system like a pro, using third-party cooperation to protect himself, even if it meant throwing others under the bus. Like I always say, if you kick it with a known snitch, your name gonna get dirty too, no matter how solid you claim to be. That's just the way it works in the streets. And for everybody asking why all this old dirt is suddenly getting dug back up, you can thank 50 Cent for that. The moment 50 started talking, the whole internet tuned in. Love him or hate him, when 50 speaks, the streets listen. And to make it even wilder, 50 ain't done yet. He's already threatening to drop a full tell-all story exposing every shady move Meech ever made. According to 50, this is gonna prove once and for all that Meech played both sides and worked with the feds. So now we gotta ask, is Meech really guilty, or is this just another 50 stunt to push his own agenda? Either way, the streets are watching, and this story is...
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. But see, that's what I'm talking about as far as with this, that y'all have to really understand how this play out, man. 50 playing chess, right? He not playing no games, he playing chess. But I want y'all to know that right now, Tammy is gonna sit down with 50 Cent and air his ass out. Whether it's all the truth or not, it's those that want to believe her, because we know, well, I know that I'm listening to a scorned woman, so there's going to be a lot of truth in her story. But there's going to be a lot of scorn too, which is falsehood. But you have to decipher what's what. And we will be right here at Unique Maker Audio to be able to do the reaction to that too. You know? Oh yeah, check out my man joint, right? This is bigger than life. This is bigger than life, right? This is my man Ak joint, bigger than life. You know? It's my man joint, bigger than life. You know? See, he make flavors. So look him up on the net. Bigger Than Life, L-Y-F-E. Join his flyer. Bigger than life. Bigger than life. All right? Make sure you check out my man Big Ak. But, yo, this has been on long enough. I'm out of here. Make sure you subscribe to my daughter's YouTube channel at Juanita Mecca Audio, Juanita. Let's keep it moving. Unique Mecca Audio, Prison Stories, Mecca Audio, Prison Stories, Mecca Audio TV, all that crap.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Right. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can give back to the... Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.